Here are 3 more practice problems using, or 4 multi-step equations with fractions in them. So complete these in your notebook and then jump back to the video and we'll go over the steps and the answers. So let's see how you did with number 4. 12 plus 4/5 times the quantity of x plus 15 is equal to 44. First, I know I have to distribute the 4/5 to the x and to the 15 because I see those parentheses. So I'll bring down my first 12, and then plus 4/5 times x I know is 4/5 x. And then now I have to do 4/5 times 15, so I'm going to show my work here off to the side. So 4/5, that's weird looking. So 4/5 times 15, or times 15 over 1. And now I can multiply my fractions. 4 times 15 I know is 60. 5 times 1 I know is 5. 60/5, if I simplify it, or 60 divided by 5 is the same as 12. So jump back to my problem, it becomes plus 12 is equal to 44. So after distributing, remember I can combine like terms if necessary. I can combine the 12 and the 12 because they're both constants. So my left side becomes 4/5 x plus 12 is 24 is equal to 44. So now I have 4/5 x plus 24 equals 44, and then I can get rid of my constant, so I subtract 24 from both sides. My left side, I have 4/5 x is equal to my right side, 44 minus 24 is 20. And then I can go ahead and divide by my coefficient, which is 4/5. Divide both sides by 4/5. So I get x equals 20 over 4/5, which is a complex fraction. And then I know that's the same as 20 over 1 divided by 4/5, which is the same as 20 over 1 times 5/4. And then I know 20 times 5 is 100. 1 times 4 is 4. 100/4, or 100 divided by 4, is the same as 25. So x equals 25. Let's see how you did with number 5. 1/2 times the quantity of 5x minus 2 is equal to 2x plus 4. So first I see that I have to distribute because there are parentheses. And then I'm going to draw a squiggly line and show my work off to the side. So 1/2 times 5x I know is the same as 1/2 times 5 over 1. So 1 times 5 is 5, 2 times 1 is 2. So now I have 1/2 times 5x becomes 5/2 x. Then I have to distribute the 1/2 to this minus 2. So then I'll draw a squiggly line. Let me change colors. So 1/2 times, I can show negative 2 over 1. Then I can multiply across. 1 times negative 2 is negative 2. 2 times 1 is 2. Negative 2 over 2 is the same as negative 1. So in my problem, this becomes minus 1. I'll bring down my equal sign and then bring down 2x plus 4, bring down my right side. And then, so now I have variables on both sides, and then I'm going to go ahead and subtract 2x from both sides. And so on my right side I have the positive 4 remaining, and then on my left side I have to go ahead and subtract 5/2 x minus 2x, and remember I'm just going to focus on the coefficients. So 5/2 minus 2, so it's the same as 5/2 minus 2 over 1. I use my knowledge of subtracting fractions with unlike denominators. The least common denominator between 2 and 1 I know is 2, so 2 times 1 will give me 2, so 5 times 1 will give me 5. 1 times 2 will give me 2, so 2 times 2 will give me 4. And then 5 minus 4 I know is 1, so this is 1/2. So back to my problem, this becomes 1/2 x minus 4. Sorry, not minus 4. It becomes, oh, look at that, 1/2 x minus 1. So then get rid of my constant, add 1 to both sides, so plus 1. My left side, I have 1/2 x remaining, and then 4 plus 1 I know is 5, and then divide by my coefficient. My left side, I have x, and then I can show 5 divided by 1/2 I know is a complex fraction. So it's the same as 5 over 1 divided by 1/2, and that's the same as 5 over 1 times 2 over 1. And then I'll write it underneath. 5 times 2 is 10, 1 times 1 is 1. 10 over 1 is the same as 10, so x equals 10. So let's see how you did with the very last practice problem. 1/4 x plus 1 is equal to 1/6 x plus 1/2. Variables on both sides, have to get the variable terms on one side and then the constants on the other. So I'm going to subtract 1/6 x from both sides first. And then on my right side, I have 1/2 remaining. Then my left side, I have to do 1/4 x minus 1/6 x. So then I'll draw a squiggly line and then show my work. 1/4 minus 1/6. Remember, just focus on the coefficients. So then I have to use my knowledge of subtracting fractions with unlike denominators. I know the LCD, least common denominator, between 4 and 6 is 12. And then 4 times 3 will give me 12, so 1 times 3 will give me 3. And then 6 times 2 will give me 12, so 1 times 2 will give me 2. 3 twelfths minus 2 twelfths is 1/12. So back to my problem, this becomes 1/12 x plus 1. So my left side becomes 1/12 x plus 1. So then I have to get rid of my constant, so I subtract 1 from both sides. On my left side, I have 1/12 x remaining, bring down my equal sign. So now on my right side, I have to do 1/2 minus 1 whole. So I'll just show my work off to the side. So 1/2 minus 1 whole. Remember, 1 as a whole number, we're going to put a 1 under it, or as a 1 for my denominator. So then I just subtract. I know my LCD is going to be 2, so 2 times 1 will give me 2, so 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 2 will give me 2, 1 times 2 will give me 2. So then I have to subtract 1 minus 2, which is the same, or which is -1, and then keep my denominator. So it's equal to, back to my problem, -1/2. So now I have 1/12 x is equal to -1/2. Divide both sides by 1/12. So I have x is equal to, and then I know that this is a complex fraction. So then -1/2 divided by 1/12 is the same as -1/2 times 12 over 1. And then I'll write it underneath. -1 times 12 is -12. 2 times 1 is 2. -12 halves, or -12 divided by 2, is the same as -6. So for the very last practice problem, you should have gotten x equals -6. So the final thing you have to do is this exit ticket. Complete this on a separate sheet of paper and make sure you turn it in to me once you're finished.